So the Wellbeing Cafe is a communal space in your students' union with a pay-as-you-feel meal and a proactive focus on your well-being.
And I guess the idea of it has come from being inspired by places around the city, like Food Hall and the Real Junk Food Project, which Michael spent a lot of time at and I have as well. And we really feel like it actually actively enhances your well-being by being in these spaces.
The food they serve up is food that would otherwise be wasted. So it comes from supermarkets like Sainsbury's or places like Beanies in town. And the idea is it's socially and environmentally kind of unjust to waste that food when there's benefits that could be made by using it. And the idea is you pay what you feel for it because that's a leveler, and if you haven't got any money you should still be allowed to eat food.
I hope it will be a space that can try and fight so many different issues around welfare and well-being. For instance, like homesickness, particularly for international students, loneliness, isolation, mental health issues, even financial difficulties, because when you're that stressed out, when you're feeling worried about your finances, you are significantly less likely to cook a really healthy meal for yourself, which then in turn reinforces that you're feeling a bit low.
And it's interesting to link that back to food as well, because a lot of the welfare issues that Anna's mentioned kind of in an indirect way stem from that individualised way in which we consume food. Largely we'll eat meals on our own now, and it's fairly easy to see that having a sense of community and eating together is a really good way to address those issues.
The Wellbeing Cafe is happening on 3 dates before Christmas. So that is the 10th of October, which is incidentally World Mental Health Day, which I'm really excited about. Also the 7th of November and the 5th of December. We really hope that once we've piloted it and trialled it a bit, we can actually get it really instilled and entrenched in the SU, and hopefully weekly by the end of the year. Really hope so.
And it's at 6 p.m.
Yeah, it's at 6 p.m. in Oxnine, which is really interesting.
We want this to be a project that students take control over. That being in the way that the space is used. We want it to be driven by feedback, and we want it to be responsive to students' needs. But we also want students to lead the project going forward. Ultimately, it's been our idea and we've started it, but we want it to be sustainable in the long term. We want a student group to really feel like they own the project, because ultimately it's about them. So we're looking for students to get involved. Feeling as if you're part of a community of students and staff and just stakeholders in Sheffield as a university. And that has such that sense of belonging that some people really struggle with, especially if you're in your first year, but throughout university as well, is a real way to address a lot of mental health issues. So
yeah.